Yo, guys, welcome to the Unfiltered Podcast. Tonight we have an amazing show. We're going to talk about the Gabrielle Union cheating situation. Let's get it.
Good evening. I hope y'all having a wonderful Wednesday. It's a winning Wednesday where we win and we only win. I see David Jones in the chat. I see my boy Captain Caveman in the chat. Is that MMP? Oh my God, we got everyone in here. I'm ready to have a great night, great chat. David Jones, I see you still unpacking your new apartment. Congratulations on that. That is a winning Wednesday. How y'all feeling today?
Shout out to the mods, bro. Shout out to you guys. By the way, I know I have another guy that I have to make a mod, but shout out to the mods, man. You guys are always on point. You got him already?
Yep, Captain Caveman.
Okay, cool. All right, cool. Shout out to Captain too. Guys, we have a crazy show today, man. We're gonna talk about the Gabrielle Union situation. We have a clip that we want to play before we get into it, and I kind of want to let some of the other people get in here, since we literally just started a few seconds ago. How's everybody's Wednesday? It's Winning Wednesdays, man. Today we talk about a whole bunch of stuff, but I had so many people send me this clip, bro.
Oh, I know.
And just a screenshot, just a screenshot too. Like, I've never had that many people send me this clip, and I was like, you know what, we have to talk about it. And it looks like everyone and their mom is talking about it. So
yeah, we're definitely got to start doing trending topics.
Yeah,
I keep people interactive.
I really appreciate the chat, man. Chat, we love you guys. We love that you guys always send us videos, clips to react to and shit like that. Ask questions, bro. If you guys want any questions or concerns, you guys want to talk to us, make sure you put it in the chat real quick. And Anwar's gonna do his thing in the back too.
Exactly. And we still have that, keeping me accountable. 50K by June 10th.
Guys,
I will take 2 people on a cruise to the Bahamas. I'll pay for it fully.
So guys, yesterday we did the money giveaway for the person who won for me saying the N-word. So I kept my word to you guys, like I told you I would, right? And he's doing a cruise for 2 people. So Bezos gonna do a cruise for 2 people, and all we have to do is get to 50K subscribers by June 10th. So by June 10th, that gives us exactly 6 months. I think we'll do way more over 50, to be honest. So you might as well just get ready, start planning that trip now.
Thanks.
But yeah, guys, thank you guys so much. And yeah, man, how are you gonna pick the 2 people to go on a cruise with? Because like yesterday, I felt so dumb just like trying to pick a random person. I let Ashley like just randomly pick it.
So once we hit 50K, I'll set up like a raffle. There's a website that you can set up a raffle, and everyone just to submit their name will be free, $0, and then I'll just click the random button, and it'll select
yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
But I'm only gonna select the top people that I keep seeing in the chat.
So that's what I was gonna say. Because like imagine like what if somebody comes in like say at the end of May, right? And then they're like, yo, I want to go to the cruise. And then like there's people that have been supporting us from the start.
Yeah.
So how because I know that there's a way that you can have like multiple entries.
Yeah.
So how would you do that?
I don't know. We might do that. Let's do multiple entries, like people like, Captain Caveman, David Jones, MMP, who else? GMC, people like that.
Yeah,
definitely probably have.
There's a lot of other people too that like.
Yeah, I could keep going down.
That probably aren't here because like they're probably at work. Conceited,
Wraith.
Yeah. So there's a lot of people, man. But
keep going with the list.
But it'll be 2 people. And so you guys go on a cruise with him. I personally have never been on a cruise. I think that would be dope as hell, to be honest. Oh, and one more thing, bro. Officially, we are actually selling merch, bro. So we don't have a website up for it yet, but officially, like I have had people hit me up, and we have the hoodies. And we have the shirts. So the hoodies are something that I'm actually technically waiting for because I love having hoodies on, bro. But yeah, guys, I just wanted to let you know we will be sending those out for the people that have already purchased those. And for the people that haven't, feel free to reach out to me or Bezo or Anwar, and we'll go ahead and get you guys the merch as well. Another thing is we're planning events for you guys. You guys are more than welcome to come to the studio, man. Like literally just we already have people that have come here and
Yeah.
have hung out with us in the studio. We've taken time from our days to hang out with you guys. We've gone to the pool, like the pool area with you guys and just like kicked it. So we really appreciate you guys. We actually are definitely down to have you guys in the studio, man.
Yeah, we definitely want to give back. I mean, we wouldn't be in this position without y'all, and we do want to keep changing people's lives and doing better. So, like you said, if you want to come, Miami, just hit us up in the DMs, give you the address, you can pull up, and I'm glad to hang out with y'all.
Yeah, guys, if you're in Miami, if you want to come through, just hit us up, man. You're more than welcome to come here. It's free of charge. You know, it's not gonna cost you anything or anything like that. So we really fuck with you guys. I think that's pretty much all the announcements, right? For now.
If y'all haven't liked the video yet, like
Yeah.
the video, subscribe.
Guys, make sure you like the video.
The Discord, join the Unfiltered Army if you haven't yet. That's a community we're trying to build. We want to make it just great. You could drop topics that you want us to react to, videos, etc., etc.
Yeah, guys, thank you so much once again. And by the way, we're also gonna start doing something with our sponsor. Our sponsor actually sent us some new stuff that we will be sending out to you guys too if you guys are interested in trying that out. Yeah. And then eventually you want to go to the website and buy directly from them. And yeah, man, for as of now, I think we can get to the clip, bro. We've given people pretty much enough time to get in here. This shit was crazy, by the way. This clip, like this whole situation is kind of crazy. You go ahead and play it, bro.
I just felt entitled to it as well. It was just dysfunctional from day one.
Yeah.
I was paying all the bills. I was working my ass off, and I felt like that's what comes. Neither one of us felt like the marriage should get in the way of our dating.
All right,
Wait,
man.
hold on. In the video, I didn't hear her saying like I deserve to cheat.
What do you mean? She said she felt entitled.
Oh, okay, yeah, you're right. She didn't say that.
Entitlement is like
it's
the same thing as deserving.
It's worse, if anything.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
I mean, he was an NFL player. She paid all the bills.
I thought he was just like a regular person, to be honest.
Yeah, I didn't know I thought he was just like a regular guy.
Yeah,
but he was an NFL player. I think he was just playing the game.
He clearly wasn't like a big name. I've never even heard of his name. So
I mean, he still had to be making at least $100K.
Yeah, he was making good money, but I mean, the fact that she says she felt entitled to do it. She said, I was paying all the bills and it's what I felt came with it. And it's just,
do you not agree? I mean, let's take the gender out of the situation. If you're paying for all the bills, don't you feel like entitled, or you have a right to go express your options?
Yeah, of course. That's what I do now.
Okay.
But it's different for a man and a woman.
And I agree on that. But we talk about this all the time.
Yeah.
Whoever is the breadwinner is going to have the control of the relationship.
Yeah,
that's
for sure.
What it is.
For sure.
They're the leader. They're the ones going to dictate what's going on.
We talk about that all the time, but I don't agree with the woman doing that.
Yeah,
it doesn't make sense.
My woman can't do that. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
But first of all, I wouldn't be such an idiot to date a girl that's up here, and I don't think a woman wants to date a guy that's below her anyway financially.
No, I don't know if he was making as much as her or less than her. But regardless, bro, the fact that a woman is willing to go sleep with other people because she feels like she pays the bills. Now, look, man, I'm not going to be a hypocrite here. I have been in a position, and I've told you guys this before.
Yeah.
When I was first starting and I was struggling, I was with a girl that she took care of most of the bills. And she was like, yo, I'm going to let you do your thing.
Yep.
I'm going to let you work. And then, because she believed in me. And I was like, all right, bet. You know what I mean? And it felt good. It happened for like a good month and a half, maybe 2 months. And then once I started coming up, now it was like, all right, cool. I got you. You're good. We're good. And never went back. You know what I mean?
But you know what the difference is?
What?
When you express your options, you're doing it out of physical. Like,
what do you mean?
Physical interaction.
I mean,
when a woman is doing it, it's emotional.
During that 1 month and a half, it wasn't like she was like, oh, I'm paying the bills. Like, I'm about to, fuck no. It was more so like, you know what? I believe in you. Like, I'm going to let you do your thing. And I got us, you know what I mean? And that actually proved a lot to me. It's not a lot of women that are willing to do that. You know what I mean? And so when I came up, that's why I was able to, you know what I don't have to tell everybody here, but like, you know what I did. I took care of her. I made sure she was good. And yeah, man, I'm always going to make sure she's good. you know. So because she believed in me, and I'm all about loyalty. So if someone believes in me that much, then I got you. You know what I mean? But I
But
don't believe.
you were cheating out of like emotional, like you
What do you
didn't
mean?
like her,
I was cheating when? What do you mean?
like when you were expressing your options. You
I'm
were doing it because
no.
you didn't have any
I
emotions.
never. I wouldn't say it was cheating because I let it be known.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah,
I say this a lot.
yeah.
So when you're expressing your options,
I don't think if a guy steps away and he told the girl he was gonna step
Yeah.
away, I don't think that's cheating.
it's not.
I mean, it's like it's cheating if you don't know about it. You know what I mean? I
It's
think,
in the word. It's
but
cheating.
I think that men should be in a position, and this is something I learned from the woman that was here last night. She was like, "Oh, but you know, I feel like you're saying that all guys should do this." I'm like, "No, I don't think all guys should do this." Clearly said that even my son, I would want him to be financially stable
Exactly.
and providing for a woman, for him to be like, you know what, I'm gonna go sleep around with this girl because I find her attractive, but I'll be back home.
Mm.
Like you have to be that man in order to want the shit that, you know, that man wants.
And men need to understand that women are born with their value. Men, you have to earn your value. So you can't get these type of women. You can't go out and express your options if you're a broke bum, if you're not going to the gym, if you're not putting the work in, if you're not dedicated to your crafts and becoming your best self. Then there's no reason for you even to think about stuff like this or have conversations like this. You need to get down and dirty. You need to grind. You need to level yourself up, and then maybe you could have this conversation with your girl. Maybe you could express these options. Even if you're not even at that point, you shouldn't even have a girl, bro. Why are if you're broke, and broke, in my opinion, is under 80K a year, there's no point of you having a woman because you're not going to be able to financially take care of her and then, travel, do all the fun things that you want to do, adventure, and then, and have money left over to save or do investments, et cetera, et cetera. So you need to focus on yourself. Maybe when you hit 100K, then you got it's open discussion to have a girlfriend, and maybe you can start expressing options. But then you have to have charisma. Then you know how to talk to women. Then you need to know how to carry yourself.
Anwar, you're usually very knowledgeable when it comes to this topic. What's the average like salary? Like what's the average earning income for like most men?
Most men, it's between 40 and 50K.
I was gonna say 50K. So
52K is average white guy, 42K is black guy, and 72 is Asian.
Damn, why are
doctors?
No. I was gonna say why are black guys $10,000 less than white guys?
That's just how it is.
That's crazy. What about Hispanic guys?
I don't know.
They're probably like 20.
Right, I think it's like 30.
That's
Really?
crazy.
Honestly, I think a lot of Hispanic people in America make a lot of money.
That's true, actually.
A lot of money.
They're making bread.
The reason why I asked that was because most people aren't making 100K a year. And
I think it's 15%.
Yeah, most people aren't making 100K a year, bro. And like here in Miami, 100K ain't shit.
Ain't nothing.
New York, Jersey, 100K ain't shit. DC, like major cities, LA, San Francisco, 100K ain't shit. You have to be making more money. You know what I mean? So, but like, yeah, for other places, yeah, I mean, I guess 100K is pretty good. I'm not gonna lie, but let me see. Read some of these chats, bro, because I see A-Bar. Shout out to him, by the way. He said something about he said, I'm with Eric. Women shouldn't cheat because it's unnecessary mileage. Even if she pays the bills, her value will go down.
I do agree on that.
It's very interesting that he chooses to say her value will go down, because that's exactly what I said to the lady yesterday.
Yeah.
I was like, yo, when women do that, their value goes down. Yeah, you're losing value. And I've had situations where girls have been like, nah, but I'm fucking a guy. No, you're not. How are you gonna tell me you're fucking a guy? Are you bending him over? Like you fucking him? You know what I mean? I'm not even sure if this is YouTube friendly, but like I think even when women do that, their value goes very, very down. And that's why, when we had the conversation yesterday, she didn't like what I said, because I was like,
it's very delusional.
I was like, bro, I can't date nobody like that. You know what I mean?
But on top of that, she was promoting
she said that she was cool. She said, I'm happy for her. Those were her words. I didn't like that, man, because clearly she wasn't happy.
Yeah.
So how are you gonna be happy for somebody else?
Bro, she literally said, yeah, I had a past.
Yeah.
But
it caught up with me.
It caught up with her, and I, it hurt my emotions.
Yeah. When you say something like it caught up with me, it means like it caught up with you, bro. Like it wasn't a good thing.
Around and promote it.
Yeah. And then she's like, oh, well, like I think women should do whatever they want. Okay. Well, I guess, you want them to end up just like you. So yeah, man, let's read some of these chats, bro. Shout out to the chats. Go ahead and ask us any questions, or if you guys want us to answer anything, let us know, man. Go ahead.
Captain Caveman, he said, working on getting my truck refinanced, which is going to drastically reduce my interest rate and save me some money on monthly payments. Good for you, Captain.
That's good, bro. I hate monthly payments. I hate that shit.
MMP said, greetings, Eric the Great, Brave Basil, and Luminous Anwar.
Shout out to him, bro.
Fun size Neek, she said, I've been trying to get people to subscribe. We appreciate you, Neek.
Yo, we appreciate you. We appreciate that a lot, man. We're about to hit 1K subscribers. We're happy about that.
Diago said, big up to the grind and hustle. And he said, you got to put your fellow ATLian twice on the raffle.
Atlantean.
Oh, Atlantean.
He said AT alien.
Fun size Neek wants to know if she can get the hoodie straight from you.
The hoodie straight from me? What do you mean, like in person?
Yeah, I think so.
Is that what she's saying?
Yeah.
Where's she located? Or yeah,
I mean, she's around here somewhere.
Yeah, she's in Miami for sure. We could do that.
MMP say, hey, real talk, let's get some car streams popping courtesy of Almar's channel.
Yo, we have Supercar Saturday coming up.
That is coming up.
Yo, Supercar. When is it?
Next Saturday. Not this upcoming, but the next one.
Anwar, is it next Saturday?
Yeah, the second Saturday.
Okay, guys. So that day is gonna be a big day for us. And if you guys want to come, man, let us know. We actually have, courtesy of you. What car are we getting?
Hopefully, the Cullinan, or Rolls Royce Cullinan.
All right.
Hopefully.
So the Rolls Royce, guys. Have you guys ever been in one? I mean, I don't really care for those cars, but.
Yeah, when he in it, he gonna care,
bro.
Check out my Cullinan review on my car channel. I'm wearing cars. I did a Cullinan review,
bro. I'm not pressed over those cars. I think they're ugly as fuck. I'm gonna be honest. I like
driving that shit. It's like something else.
It's smooth.
Yeah, it's like riding on a boat.
Who gives a fuck? It's like a big ass.
Plus, everyone stares at you.
It's like a big, bro. I'd rather be in a fucking like Aventador, bro. That's just me though. I don't really like those big ass cars.
Let's see. MMP said Gabrielle Union is thinking the way she does because she got clout and money as an actor.
You know, here's what I say, bro. And it's funny because we were talking about this earlier, but D Wade played right there across the street. So he's really big here in Miami. And if I'm not mistaken, I think they still live here in Miami. But Gabrielle Union, the way that he runs the family, I feel like she's in charge because no son of mine, and I know I'm going to get a whole bunch of shit for this. No son of mine is going to be going through that shit. Bro, how old is the dude? How old is the kid?
I don't know.
He's young, bro.
Stupid young.
Like
he
he
was definitely under 16.
Bro, if you're 10, 11 years old, 12 years old,
you can't think for
you
yourself.
can't sit here and tell me that you want to be a woman. You're fucking 10 years old. You don't even know how to fucking clean your ass. How the fuck are you going to tell me you want to be a woman? You don't even know what it's like to be a man. How do you know what I mean? Like it's crazy to me. And the fact that society sits here and they're like, oh yeah, let's clap for him. You know, he's being brave. I think that's horrible, man.
Yeah, that's terrible.
That's horrible. Like, you know, back in the day, bro, that stuff like this wasn't happening back in the day. The shit that's happening now was never happening. You think in the 1950s, like, if it was like very rare.
Mm-hmm.
But like, you think like I remember I was watching this stupid show. Don't even ask me why. I was watching this stupid show called Ellen. You remember that show? Have you heard of it?
Talk show?
Yes. It's like like a little short hair white chick.
Ellen DeGeneres.
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't like her, by the way. She's stupid.
Apparently she's really hard to work with. Like everyone hates her on set.
Well, there was like a whole racist situation thing going on with her. But so she had like a young kid on there. He was like 8 years old. And he basically went on there and he was like, hey, I'm gay. And everybody was clapping, like the whole fucking show. Everybody was clapping.
Yeah.
And then Ellen was like, you are so brave. Bro, you're 8 years old. Like that is an 8-year-old kid. That kid doesn't even know what he wants to do tomorrow.
Yeah, and
you know
y'all are literally validating it. So now he thinks he's doing the right thing.
And so now, like, and you know how many fans she has? How many people watch that show? And then it's like now all these other kids are like, oh shit, look how much love this little kid got. Oh, I want that type of love too. You know what I mean?
But if you're in the wrong country, that gets you killed.
Yeah, bro. I just don't agree with it. I think kids should have, look, man, if you want to transition, wait till you're 20. You know what I mean? Wait till you're 18, 20, like an adult. Bro, you're 10 years old? 10 years old? At 10, does anyone here remember what they were doing at 10 years old? I mean, I know.
You remember what grade I was in.
I know what I was doing, but it wasn't something I wanted to be doing. You know what I mean? But it's just like I really didn't know what direction I was going with in life. So I find that really fucked up. And I think Dwyane Wade could have done a much better job of stepping up as a father and just being like, you know what? I'm going to talk to my son. I'm going to make sure that he figures out what it is to be, what he wants to be. And I'm going to make sure that he understands that being a man is actually a great thing, man. It could be a great, especially him, bro. He's rich. Like, he's rich.
Yeah.
They don't have to worry about shit. He's rich.
But do you think that his fame and her fame caught up to him?
I think that
child?
when you're in their position, bro, there's a lot of shady stuff that happens, like in Hollywood, and when you're like rubbing elbows with those type of people, there's a lot of weird stuff that happens over there, bro. That like this is why like a lot of those people always get accused of like doing stuff to children, because I just don't personally, for me and you, like we'd be like, well, what is that? Why? But for when you're in that circle, it's like it's some weird stuff that happens on there, bro. I really don't know why it happens. Go ahead, bro. Read some of these chats.
All right, I got you. Let's see. Nas says, "Yo, what's good, Nas?
Shout out to you, Nas. Shout out.
Jeremy Mallon says hypergamy is real.
It is, bro. Even for women, well, especially for women.
David Jones says, if Gabrielle Union really wants to play the field, then she should have no problem with paying child support and alimony. Something tells me she would oppose that.
She would never do that. How much do you think she would be willing to do that? She would never do that.
0% chance.
Diago said, but Basil, 80K in Miami is not the same as 80K in Iowa or Athens, Georgia.
Okay, so you want to be in the middle of nowhere where there's not beautiful women? You want to be in the middle of nowhere where you can't really travel or have fun? I mean, yeah, I don't go out to the club or I don't drink. I don't really go out at all. But in Miami, they're still so beautiful. Like you could go out and still have fun without going to the club. In Iowa, can you do that? In Athens, can you do that? No. Athens is just full of bars with drunk college students.
Yeah, that sounds, I don't know, bro. I mean, like Miami's not all it's cracked up to be. Like I know people are like, oh, you guys are in Miami. Like, yeah, it's beautiful here. Don't get me wrong. We have some of the hottest clubs right around the corner. Space 11, those are the fucking hottest. We have Live right across the street, like over there. We live right across from the fucking like we're in the fucking hottest area. But like when you're grinding like us, when you're working like us, you don't even go out. We don't go out. You know what I mean? So it's like, and yeah, bro, Miami is it's all hype, man. You come here and you spend a lot of money, and then you go back home and you're like, fuck, I spent a whole shit ton of money. You know what I mean? So living here is not cheap, man. It's not cheap at all. 80K here doesn't get you shit. Nah. 80K here,
you can't really survive on 80K.
80K here is like saying, where he said Iowa. It's like making 10K a year in Iowa. It's basically nothing,
bro. That's a little less than I rent.
It's nothing, bro.
Like trust me, 80K ain't shit.
It's nothing. All right, get to the other ones, bro.
Let's see. Captain Caveman said, as a man, no matter your situation, you should strive every day to do better.
100%, bro. 100%.
MP said, David Jones, or responded to David Jones, yeah, she's abusing her privilege indeed, but when it checks her back, then she will be acting up. Yeah, she's not going to do
you guys can go search this, but there's a YouTube where Gabrielle Union is literally saying that she goes out with her girlfriends to the strip clubs without her husband, and they just have like a ball. Like, that's a huge red flag, bro. Huge red flag. Like, there's a lot of red flags from that woman. And unfortunately, it says a lot about Dwyane Wade that he just allows all that shit to happen. I personally would never let my girl do that.
Yeah, I don't know what type of relationship they got.
No weird one.
It's like an open relationship.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that personally. But hey.
And it's an open relationship from what it looks like on her end, from what it looks like.
David Jones says, Eric, what would you tell conservative women that oppose high-value men having multiple women for moral reasons?
Bro, we talk about this shit almost every night. Literally almost every night. Like you have we remember the clip we were watching earlier? Leah, her name's Leah.
Yeah, Leah.
Yeah, she was basically like, I think she only had like 2 bodies. She said 2-3 bodies, like at least allegedly.
Like 4.
Oh, 4 bodies. And she basically said the same thing. She's like, hey man, I just, it's about morals, and I'm like, fuck your morals. You know what I mean? Like if it
morals is hilarious.
But it's funny though, because she had just also fucked the dude that she had just met, and she said she did it the first night. So
this year was her first body. Like she lost her virginity this year and has 4 bodies.
So there goes the morals, right?
Yeah.
And so
I mean, I wouldn't consider her conservative. She's here.
There's a few conservative. I know
A
you
few
don't.
in
I don't.
Miami.
I know you don't. A few. Yeah, there's got to be, bro. Not everybody's a hoe
No,
in
no, no,
Miami.
no. I'm agreeing with you.
Yeah.
No, in Miami, yeah, there has to be like a
Yeah,
few.
yeah, bro. Not everybody is a hoe in Miami.
I mean, like we FaceTimed this other girl, her sister. She was a virgin.
Oh
But
yeah.
the Leah girl, she was a virgin at the beginning of the year.
Yeah, but
so,
she's
I mean,
young. They're
Okay,
young.
what would you say about a virgin demanding her high value man not to express his options?
That's a good
We
question.
can actually sit there and talk. I'll have a conversation
Yeah.
with her about that because she can demand that.
Yeah, bro.
She has value. Like she hasn't been touched.
I'm not gonna
no one-
lie. That's a whole different conversation
Yeah,
because
like-
she hasn't been ran through. You know what I
Exactly.
mean? We can talk about it, but there would still have to be some compromising.
Yeah, definitely.
but we could definitely talk about it.
Let's see. Fun Size Neek said some people know they're just gay though. Talking about Dwayne Wade's son. Some people like what they like.
Okay, so Fun Size, I'll say this, man. I wish we could do the phone calls, bro. I want to talk to some of you guys like on the phone.
Bro, I'll call her right now.
Here's the thing, bro. Actually, you know what? Fun Size, give us your number.
Bro, I
Or
literally
like,
call her
can
right
you
now.
DM?
Bro, I'll call her right now.
Can you DM? You don't have her number.
Bro, I have her IG.
Oh, you have her IG. Okay, cool.
I'll call her right now.
What was her question again, bro?
I know she
She said some people
are just gay though. People like what they like. Talking about a 10-year-old.
All right, here's the thing, man.
Or I don't know how old he is.
That's equivalent to saying that you're born gay. Like, does anyone here in a chat? Do you guys believe that you're born that way?
Okay. So
Is she on?
What was your question again?
What was my question again?
Anwar, can you repeat
It wasn't
the
a question.
It wasn't a
was-
question.
Oh, can you repeat the statement, Anwar?
Yeah. Let me find it. Sorry, I scrolled down. Some people know what they are, just gay though. People like what they like.
Okay,
Yeah, some people like honestly. Okay, even though he is young,
he's 10.
would you have accepted him more if he would have came out at an older age? Like, what's really the difference?
Absolutely.
With him coming out now and him coming out years later, it's like at least he kind of knew, or she, whatever, at least he kind of knew what he wanted to be or how he felt, and that's just I guess how he's expressing himself. Yes, he's young. I understand what you're saying 100%, but at the end of the day, like if you feel different, like
He doesn't know how does he know what he feels?
Okay.
He's too young to understand that.
Can she hear me?
yes, he is still young, but what does that have to really do?
So here's the thing.
I think this girl's cute, or I think this guy's cute. Like you still have those feelings. So if you're not a regular straight kid, I will say, because he is still a kid, but you're still walking around, but you don't feel like a straight dude, and you're walking around and you're like, oh, like I'm not attracted to a woman. I'm kind of like looking at men more. Yes, his brain is not fully developed, but at that point, kids are not stupid. Like kids aren't dumb. They know what they want. They know what they don't want. And at the end of the day, like, I don't know. I guess me personally, I would have just rather them. I like the fact that he came out now rather than later, because think about it. If you would have held it in,
Change your
just because
batteries.
he's a celeb or just because people know him, that shit would have ate him alive. He would have been so unhappy with himself knowing that he's gay, but not to come out with it until he's of age. That's kind of dumb.
Okay, so here's the thing, right? And we can agree to disagree on this. But you said, what's the difference between him coming out now and him coming out when he's 18? There's a whole bunch of maturing that happens between the age of 10 and 18 or even 20. That's a whole 8 to 10 years. He could change his mind in 8 to 10 years and say, you know what? I actually like being a guy, because he hasn't even experienced anything yet. Being a man, he's only been a kid. So, I see what you're saying. Like maybe he would have been miserable if he waited another 8 to 10 years. But like, it's almost like me going to a new job, right? And then I quit the first week. You know what I mean? It's like I really didn't even really give it my all. Like I just quit. You know what I mean? And I think, like, I have a son, right?
Mm-hmm.
If my son came to me at 10 and was like, I'm gay, I want to be a woman or something, like whatever it is that he's trying to do, I'd be like, hell no. You can make your own decisions when you're an adult. Right now, it's my job to make sure that I give you the best opportunity to succeed in life. And I don't think you trying to be gay or trying to be a woman, trying to be a transitioning is a best way for you to go. So when you're 18, I would really have that conversation with my son. I'd be like, look, if you want to do that, that's not something I'm for, but what can I do? You're an adult now, 18. But when you're 10, you can't do that at 10, man. Like, no, at 10 years old, do you remember what you were doing with your life?
And when I was 10?
Yeah.
no,
What were you
I
doing with your life?
when I was 10, that was 2010. I was in elementary school,
Mhm.
being a kid.
Being a kid, did you have any responsibilities?
Yes and no.
I'm pretty sure they weren't major ones, at least.
No, they weren't like major, but you know, every kid, they always had their own, you know, responsibilities to do as a child.
No,
Everybody has
I get you, but I just don't understand how 10-year-olds can make life-altering decisions like that. What if he reaches 21 and he's actually like a woman now? Because I think that's what he wanted to do. And then he actually says, you know what? I actually fucking regret this shit. Like my dad and my mom supported it, and I actually regret this shit. I wish I hadn't done it. What about that?
Okay, so how would you feel? Okay, say your son came up to you now, right, or at a young age,
Mm-hmm.
and this was before he turned 18, and they came up to you and was like, oh, like, Dad, I feel like I like guys.
I feel like it's a woman thing.
How would you feel like? How would you go about that situation if your son came up to you and was like, "Hey, Dad, I think I like guys"? What would you say to that?
At what age? At 10?
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't care what he wants. He's a kid. Like I like. Why are we letting kids make grown-up decisions?
It's not necessarily they're telling you what they want. It's like them opening up to you.
Okay,
kids want candy.
Okay,
coming to you and be like, "Hey, Dad, I feel like I could like."
Okay,
guys.
what if my son comes up to me and says, "Hey, Dad, I feel like I want a gun, a real gun. I'm 10 years old, but I feel like I want a gun because, you know, I feel like I deserve one and I can make that." Like, no, you're 10 years old. You got to wait till you're of age. You know what I mean?
But
Like,
I'm saying, how would you personally?
How would
How would you two handle that situation if y'all had a son and he came up to you?
I would say no.
Age,
I would say no, and I would say
him, his feelings are not valid.
exactly. I would say no, your feelings are not valid. When you're 18, we can talk about your feelings, because I personally don't. I don't think he's mentally like able to make that decision yet. His brain hasn't even developed. How does he know what he wants? Like, my son's 3 years old. My son doesn't know what he wants. You know what I mean? Like, at 10 years old, you don't. At 10 years old, I remember I was getting kicked out of my house. I was homeless. I didn't know what to do with my fucking life. I was sleeping in park benches. At that age, I wasn't thinking, oh, you know what? I can go call someone for help. I didn't know what to think. I was 10 years old. So I don't think 10-year-olds have the capability to make those life-changing decisions. I think they should wait a little bit longer, and then we can talk about it maybe when you're 16, 17, we can talk about it. 18, you know what I mean? We could talk about it, but you can't make the decision until you're an adult. You know what I mean? That's just what I think. Thank you for taking the call. We're going to take some of the other chats, by the way. Thanks so much, though. But shout out to her, man. We agree to disagree on that. I personally feel like, you know, if you let 10-year-old, okay, if you're gonna let a 10-year-old make those decisions, why not just let a 5-year-old make that decision? Why not let a 3-year-old make that decision, right? Like, they're too young to make that decision.
Yeah,
bro.
and legally, I have authority over you.
Yeah, legally.
So I'm telling you, no, that's not going to happen. Yes, when you hit 18, we're open to have discussion. Of course, you're an adult at that time. Now you can do whatever you want, but I won't be funding this.
And by the way, you get to do whatever you want outside of this house.
Yeah, on God,
you know
I was about to say, I'm not going to support you like in your endeavors. I'm not going to put a roof over your head. Now, if you kept on my structure and what my discipline, then yeah, you could stay in my house. But you just said you want to be a tranny, or, you know, bro, even if my son said he wanted to be gay, I'd be like, you ain't having no guys here. That's
like I said, look, man, I don't have anything against that community. I don't have anything against that community. I don't have anything against any communities. I actually, earlier, I was, you know, there was, you know, on TikTok, there's like a whole bunch of trolls. Like, people, like, I have a whole bunch of videos on there. People are like, oh my God, you're misogynistic and you're this and you're that. I'm like, no, I don't have anything against anyone. I just speak on what I believe. And personally, you know, when it comes to this topic, I think Dwyane Wade, as a man, he's a respected man too in the community. I think he should have stepped up. And I'm sorry to say this, but even as a black man, he should have stepped up and been like, no.
But you know he couldn't, though, because of the media. He would have been attacked. He would have been.
Yeah, he would have been dragged.
Yeah.
Okay, so now you're at a position where, are you gonna do what you need to as a father, as a man, or are you gonna fold under pressure and support this, because the media is all of a sudden going to be like, oh, Dwyane Wade's actually being a very a very encouraging father, and he's letting it happen. No, man, I think, bro.
But you know what it is on the other end. If you were really a good father, why did you even let it get out?
I mean, I don't know. Maybe it was a publicity stunt. I'm not sure. I mean, they got a lot of attention for it. The kid's a kid, bro. Like he's not even 15. He's a kid. So I just don't believe in that, man. I think you should let your kids make the decisions when they're actual adults. There's a reason why at 18 you're considered an adult, not at 10, right? I know in some countries I think you're considered an adult earlier, but yeah, man, I'm not gonna let my son. And here's another thing too. Would I disown my son? No, I wouldn't. If I've raised my kid for 18 years, I'm not gonna all of a sudden disown him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna agree with certain things. I'm gonna be like, oh, that's not for me.
Yeah.
And definitely don't be bringing that nigga over for dinner. That dude over for dinner.
$20.
That dude over for dinner. Yeah. You know what I mean? I'm getting a little bit passionate about this, but I it's not something I'm against. I'm just not for it.
Yeah.
And you can not be against something and not be for it. You can be neutral. And that's my stance on it. It's just I think as a man, he should have just made his son wait a little bit longer. But that's just my opinion.
I definitely agree on that too. Onward, can we read some more of the chats?
Yeah, Diogo says that kid's brain ain't even fully developed yet. That's
Agree,
child
bro.
abuse, bro.
Bro, I agree 100%. To a certain extent, bro, that's child abuse. Like your kid, it's like I said, if a 10-year-old comes to you or me and says, hey, I want a gun. Okay, so just because you feel like you want a gun, I'm just gonna let you have a gun?
Yeah.
Like, come on, man. That just doesn't make any sense to me.
Also, it's just crazy how like kids are being sexualized like that. Like, can they just be kids?
Bro.
Yeah, that is kind of being sexualized.
Have you guys noticed, like, within the last 50 years, 60 years, maybe even 70 years, it's been a whole bunch of crazy stuff with kids. Like, all of a sudden, kids want to be gay. They want to transition into the other, sex, the other gender. And it's like more and more you see kids on TikTok doing all these crazy dances, twerking.
Yeah.
It's like, it's weird, bro. There's like an agenda.
Bro, the
you know what I
system
mean?
put it in place because if you take the men out of the, out of the equation, the men are changing into women. The women are changing into men. The women will never overtake the men. It's not possible. So now they're the leading factor. The men are out the equation. So guess who is the only people at the top? The elites. Those are the only people that are going to be left standing.
All right, bro. Get some
Crazy.
to these other chats.
Nas has a question. Basil, I know Tate's War Room is very exclusive and there's NDAs. But how long have you been a member, and is it what you expected?
I joined in September. Yes, it is what I expected. I've made a lot of money from joining. I've actually made profit from joining. So if you haven't yet, I would definitely join the War Room. For any young man, I definitely think this is one of the biggest investments that you could ever do. It teaches you certain things. Obviously, I can't say it because, like you said, the NBA.
Very nice.
But it teaches you things that would develop you in becoming the best version of yourself. What was the other part?
No, that's what you answered it. It just, is it what you expected?
Yeah, it's definitely what I expected.
So I'll say this, man. I'm not a member, and I mean I haven't really looked into it, but just off knowing him, I can tell you guys it's worth it.
Just the connections,
the networking, it's crazy, bro. Like it's like a little very secretive, like, and you're very respectful too.
Yeah.
Like there's certain things where like he'll tell me, he's like, yeah, I can't really talk about that. You know what I mean? Like, and it's not disrespectful. It's just like, yo, that's something with my my team. Like that's my little clique right there. Like we don't talk about that, So I would say definitely just off the connections alone, it's worth it. It's not cheap, right?
It's $5K a year.
Fuck, that's not cheap, bro. $5K a year? That's not. You could do a lot with $5K.
Yeah, you can.
But
you can flip $5K and make some more money.
But if you guys are like investing in yourselves, if you guys are entrepreneurs, I would say personally, it's worth it just for the connections, man. Literally just for the connections.
Just for the connection is
and then on top of that, you get a whole bunch of other stuff. You know what I mean? Like there's people that we've worked with just because you're part of that group.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I personally am not in it. I don't know. I feel like maybe I could get into that like I said, just because of the connections, right? But
A lot of doors open for you.
yeah, for sure. I mean, it's a great little group to be a part of, and also I like the fact that you're very respectful about it. Like you're like, you know what, I can't speak about that or certain stuff about Andrew and stuff like that. You know what I mean? But not that I don't really care about that stuff. But
Yeah.
in general, if you guys are interested about that, man, it definitely is worth your money. And anytime like you guys invest into like a mentor or just make sure that the person's successful.
Exactly.
Don't invest into like these gurus
Like,
online
don't know,
that you
like-
don't know. Yeah, don't invest into these guys, bro. I'm not saying that some of them aren't successful. I'm just saying if you're gonna invest into someone, especially when it's a lot of money, just make sure that the person's actually like making money and you can learn from them.
Yeah, you know what's crazy? Most of the time, the courses that are cheaper are the ones that you actually learn the most from,
Mhm.
and it's crazy. Like I've seen a course that went for $5K. Not this War Room is not a course, by the way. So, but I've seen a course for a $5K, and then I've seen I have Grant Cardone's real estate course $1K. I'm like, that's a huge.
Did you learn a
difference.
lot from that?
Hell yeah, wrote notes, all of it, real
Really?
estate notes. That's how I got into real estate.
Gotcha. Okay. Cool. Any other chats, bro?
Yeah, we got a bunch. Let's see. David Jones says Gabrielle Union wants Wade's son to change genders because pharmacy companies make money off of parents mistreating confused children. They do. They sell the transitioning medicine, whatever, the hormones.
Yeah, how expensive is that medicine?
I don't know,
It's got to be
It's
very
Probably
expensive.
stupid
like
expensive.
20K. I don't know, more than that probably. And Gabrielle Union wants access to that pharmacy money for herself, in my opinion.
Gotcha. Okay.
Fun Size Zeke said, I feel like he just supported his son in whatever is making him happy. And at the end of the day, it could have happened eventually rather sooner than later. Now, we already talked about that.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, I'll agree to disagree with you. No son of mine is going to come and change his gender at the age of 10 years old.
You don't
gonna
even know what the fuck you want to eat, bro.
Yeah.
Bart Kwan is a famous YouTuber and 100% straight, but he talked about not understanding sexuality. This is David Jones. Not understanding sexuality when he was a kid. He didn't fully know what gay meant until early adulthood. Yeah, like let kids be kids, man.
Why is it that kids at 10 years old have to decide those decisions? But you're 10 years old, bro. Just enjoy your life. Go watch whatever you're watching at 10 years old. I was watching Pokemon. You know what I mean? Like, just go enjoy your life, bro. When you're 18, you want to, bro. What the fuck, bro? It's just very confusing to me. I don't know if people were dealing with this back in the day. Back in the 1950s, people weren't dealing with this shit.
Yeah, and you couldn't speak up anyways.
Ridiculed.
Shout out to the chat, man. We appreciate
Shout
you
out
guys.
to the chat. Captain Caveman says, I don't believe you're born that way. I think it stems from some kind of abuse or childhood trauma at extremely early age, i.e. having a son and dressing him like a girl.
Okay, here's what I'll say to that, Captain. I've had people make that argument before where they said, oh, well, I was born gay. Really? You were born gay? I mean, like, when you were born, you knew that? Like, is it like a feeling? Like, as a baby, you knew you were gay? How do you know that? You know what I mean? I agree with what he's saying. Usually what happens is people go through some type of trauma. I hate to say it, but a lot of times it's SA stuff, right? And usually it's by a family member or some shit like that.
Yep.
And or a close friend, you know what I mean? And then they grow up confused. And then they're like, you know what? I might be gay. But I don't think you're born that way, bro. And you know, if people believe in God, you think God's making gay people out here? God's making men and women. You know what I mean? I don't think God's like, oh, here's a man, here's a woman, and here's a gay.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, all right, but we're gonna move on.
David Jones, this is a response to his earlier comment about Bart Kwan. He said, my point is that it's very difficult for kids to understand sexuality because their brains cannot fully understand it. They simply can't. Their brains aren't equipped to it yet.
Yeah.
That's just a fact.
Yeah.
I mean, their mind is still in the delta and theta waves. I mean, you're just soaking in information.
Agreed.
Nascast says too much LGBTQ propaganda.
Yeah, man. I hate that we always talk about these topics because like I get dragged on TikTok for this stuff all the time. Like all of a sudden I hate these people, these communities, and I actually don't. I hate that people say that I hate them because I don't. I don't have anything against them. I just believe that, you know, people should just be honest.
David Jones says, I'm gay and I've never been sexually attracted to women ever, but I did not understand that as a kid.
You know what's funny, David, is that we appreciate you so much, bro. And that's what I mean is like we have nothing against that community.
Yeah.
We don't hate that community. We, as a matter of fact, some of them are cool as fuck.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like It's just the delusional ones that we have a problem with.
They
Like,
can't keep it real and don't know what like honesty is.
yeah,
Like,
and
keep it
like
a buck, bro.
yeah, and look, could there be a weird situation where like maybe you do turn gay and I've never felt that? Maybe. I can't speak for another person. I don't know what another person feels. I don't know what another person's going through, right? So all I can speak for is myself. But I don't think you're born that way. I think that's a decision that you make when you mature. And so, like I said, man, I'll just stick to that.
When I was in the Navy, there was this guy. I'm not gonna go too deep, but he was weird, basically, and he was gay. But I later found out that both of his parents were men. They were gay. So it's like we said, if you get raised like that and they're pushing that, and that's what's in your face, then yeah, you're gonna transition to that.
Yeah. Okay, another one, bro.
David Jones says, I argue that Dwyane Wade is engaging in child abuse. Yep. Let's see. MMP says Dwyane Wade's situation is a reserve. My fault. Dwyane Wade's situation is a reverse of Bruce Caitlyn Jenner situation since it involves his kids instead of himself. Oh,
yeah, that whole Caitlyn situation was also really weird, and you see how like heavy the media was pushing that on people. Like it was crazy.
Woman of the year.
Power
bro. They made him Woman of the Year. He was only a woman for like a week.
They said fuck all the other women.
Yeah, think about that for a second. All the other women in the world, billions, and they made this man Woman of the Year within a week or a month.
It was crazy.
They made him Women of the Year. He didn't do anything, or she didn't do anything at all. But yeah, we just
definitely not to help women.
Yeah,
right.
If anything, what he did was selfish.
Very selfish, bro. Like now, look how crazy his kids are. Well, we're not gonna get into that though.
Captain Caveman said, I'm not religious, but if you want to bring God into this, he created Eve so Adam would not be lonely. Steve came around later after Adam and Eve appropriated.
Yeah, Steve's been pushed by somebody else.
Adam and Steve. MMP said, yo, a great movie critique on this matter is the Insidious film series.
Oh, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm just a little tired. It's all good though. In particular, the lady in black, since that character is technically a Transformers, if you catch my drift.
I didn't watch that movie.
I've never seen Insidious.
Yeah, I've never seen it. Wait, what was it? Insidious?
Yeah.
That's the
if I'm not mistaken, that's
movie.
a horror movie. Yeah, it's a scary movie.
But we're caught up with chats.
Cool. Yeah, chat. Yo, we appreciate you guys so much. Even Fun Size, is that her name?
Yep.
Yeah, we appreciate you guys too, man. Yeah, we're not always gonna agree on stuff, man. And that's the beautiful thing about the podcast, right? We're not always gonna agree on stuff. And even like our guests, we tell the guests all the time, we're not gonna agree on everything, and it's cool. You know, everybody has their own opinion, and we learn a lot from each other. That's the best part of it. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. We have some great guests coming tonight. If you guys have any questions for the guests, man, feel free, man. And we're here to answer. Here's one thing.
If you have any big questions, drop it in the Discord, Unfiltered Army.
Here's what I'll say about the chat, man. We specifically talk to you guys. Like, we don't sit here and just talk to each other. We could do that, but we love interacting with them. We love talking to you guys. We love replying to you guys. When you guys ask questions at nighttime to the guests, I love that shit. Like, don't stop that shit. I don't want to have to ask you guys to ask some questions. Like, put them on the spot, ask some tough questions, because a lot of times that shit's just entertaining to me.
For us, we want to be the voice for y'all.
Yeah, man.
We're here, so you send the messages, we read them, and then we voice them.
Yeah, so just feel free, man. We're gonna have some great guests tonight. I think you guys will really enjoy the show. Make sure you guys tune in for that one. We're gonna get off here soon in a little bit. Make sure you like the video if you haven't already liked the video. Also hit the subscribe button if you haven't hit the subscribe button, and then we're gonna get ready for tonight's show. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. We'll talk to you guys later. All right.